Meet here, the city conference meet for 1989-1990. The coaches and the teams are being introduced throughout the pool now, and you hear the rousing team spirit of each of the parents and classmates cheering them on as each of the teams and coaches are being introduced. And we'll be ready to start with some exciting events. First of all, the 200-yard medley relay, of course. We want to mention again that the for the consolation finals. These will be positions 7 through 12. They had a preliminary meet on Tuesday night, and these times were recorded then. That was from 3 heats, and those 3 heats boiled down into 2 for this consolation and championship finals, and we're getting ready now. Trying to get the crowd quieted down for the beginning of the event. And they're off it in the water. And in the medley relay, of course, they start out with a backstroke and do all 4 strokes. And you can see right now at this point, it looks like it's going to be lane 2 and lane 4 in the lead. Lane 1 challenging them closely, so it's Creston, Christian, and Ottawa. And it's Creston first, then it's Ottawa, then it's Christian. In that order as they go into the second heat. Breaststroke, still Creston's B team is out in the lead with a strong breaststroke. As you see here, touching the wall now and making the turn at the 25. Coming back on the second leg. And they've, lane number 1, Ottawa's B team has fallen behind about half a length on that close start they had, but lane 4 is still holding in there. Christian's B team and Ottawa's B team touched about the same time into the butterfly. Also, we've got a real tight contest going over there at 5 and 6 between West Catholic and Catholic Central as they round for the end of the third leg. Coming home, it's still the Christian B team in lane 4. Charging in for the touch for the freestyle, and there's the difference. About 1 body length between the Christian B team and the Creston B team. And it looks like they've increased that soundly for Christian in that turn at 25, coming home for the finish. They've got about a length and a half now as we're ready for the touch. And there's the touch. Christian is first, Creston second. And in third place will be lane 5, and then 4th, lane 1, I believe. And 5th and lane 6. So we'll look for the results here. And we're waiting for the results now.
Relay championship finals.
We'll have the results after we have the championship finals. And in lane 1, West Catholic. Lane 2, Catholic Central. Lane 3, Christian. Lane 4, Ottawa Hills. Lane 5, Creston. And lane 6, Union. You can hear the crowd roar in excitement go up here. This is for the championship in the city conference 200-yard medley relay. We've got the whistle to start the race. We've got the whistle, but we're not getting any quiet, and having quite a problem quieting the crowd down and getting everybody in position so they can get on the blocks where they belong to start. swimmers spread out and, on their backs for the medley relay in the championship finals. This is a closely packed set of lanes, as you can tell. Without a doubt, it's too close to start calling at this point. Lane 3 is pulled ahead just a little bit. That's Grand Rapids Christian. But lane 2 and 4 and 5 are challenging very closely. Lane 2 is Catholic Central. Lane 4, Ottawa Hills, and 5 is Creston, as they're in the water for the breaststroke. Lane 3, Christian is still out in front. But lane 2, 4, and 5 are still close for second place, and lane 1 for third. It's not something we can call at this point. I think lane 2 might have an edge. That's Catholic Central. But then Ottawa Hills looks like they're close alongside them. It's hard to tell as we come in here for the touch for the third leg, which will be the butterfly. The breaststroke, if anything, might have picked up a lead for one of those swimmers, but I don't think if they're all strong swimmers in the other events, they should be able to hang on to the positions they're in right now. Lane 5 falling back just a little bit. That's Grand Rapids Creston. And it's going to be a battle between Catholic Central and Ottawa Hills for second place. Lane 3 is in first place. That's Grand Rapids Christian out in the lead for the final leg for the freestyle. And there's a lot of splash right now as you see them in the water. Grand Rapids Christian out in the lead in lane 3, and lane 2 is Catholic Central, and lane 4 is Ottawa Hills, as they're swimming for the finish for second and third place. You hear an exuberant crowd. First place. Now it looks like it's going to be lane 4, Ottawa Hills, for second position, and lane 2 took a very closely fought third place.
For this race, that is a not correct time.
Okay, the time is not correct, but the position is nonetheless. And an outstanding finish for Grand Rapids Christian and for Catholic Central in third place. Fourth place belongs to lane number 5, Creston. And West Catholic finished 5th. And 6th was Union. So recapping these now, we will have the awards and the announcement of the consolation finals before we have that award. In the consolation finals, in 12th place, Grand Rapids Central in lane 3. In 11th place, Catholic Central in lane 6. In 10th place, Ottawa Hills B team in lane 1. In 9th place, that's West Catholic's B team in lane 5. In 8th place, Creston's B team in lane 2. And in 7th place in the consolation finals, Grand Rapids Christian's B team in lane 4. Now we're ready for the awards in the championship finals.
In 6th place, Union. In 5th place, West Catholic. In 4th place, Creston. In 3rd place, Catholic Central. In 2nd place, Ottawa Hills. And in 1st place, this year's 200 medley relay city champion from Christian with a winning time of 146.36.
146.36.
200-yard freestyle consolation finals. Lane 1, Dan Friedel, Creston.
And ready for the 200-yard freestyle consolation finals. In lane 1, Dan Friedel. In lane 2, Rick Cross. In lane 3, Jason Bartnick from Catholic Central. In lane 4, Matt Kuster from Christian. In lane 5, Todd Zagummi from Ottawa Hills. In lane 6, I believe it's Kyle Wilson from Ottawa Hills. Okay, this is in the consolation finals. You can see lane 4 and lane 3 are closely battling it out there. That's Grand Rapids Christian Matt Koistra and Jason Bartnick. When I say Matt Koistra, I have to look Mike Koistra. Okay, he's in lane 4, and Jason Bartnick from Catholic Central in lane 3, currently in the lead, leaving Koistra a little bit behind. In this sort of a stretch race, not a sprint race in the high school class at 200 yards. Kind of an easy stroke as opposed to a fast and furious stroke. And Bartnick actually is the fastest seeded in qualifying in this event for the consolation finals, and ranked in 7th place after the prelims on Tuesday night. So he's the fastest in this consolation heat. And you can clearly see that. Lane 4, Mike Koistra, Grand Rapids Christian, and Rick Cross, is it Rick? Russ Cross, excuse me, in lane number 2 are in 2nd and 3rd place, and then it's a close battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th in the consolation finish between lane 6, lane 5, and lane 1. It looks like 6, Kyle Wilson from Ottawa Hills, a little bit out in the lead on that, and Todd Zagummi making a 2nd turn, also from Ottawa, right close with him, and Dan Friedel from Preston down here in lane 1, a little bit off of that pace, as we see the touch in the consolation finals with Jason Bartnick from Catholic Central, a fine time of 1:58.06 in lane number 3. And Mike Koistra in lane number 4, 2nd place. Lane number 6, Kyle Wilson in 3rd. And now we'll be ready for the championship finals in the 200-yard freestyle event.
200-yard freestyle.
And in lane number 1,
finals.
Todd Valentine from
Lane
Preston.
1,
Lane
Todd
2,
Valentine,
Dave
Preston.
Nordelus from Christian. Lane 3, Mark
Dave
Petroli.
Nordelus, Christian. Lane 3,
Lane 4,
Mark Petroli,
Jeremy
Christian.
Fogg.
Lane 4,
Jeremy Fogg from West Catholic.
Fogg,
Lane
West
5, Steve Walma
Steve
from
Walma,
Christian. And lane 6, Brad
Lane 6,
Cope
Brad Cope
from Preston. And we're ready for the start here. And again, another closely packed championship heat. Just looking at the difference in times, there was about a 3-second difference between the fastest and the slowest times in the preliminaries for this heat. And you see that start to stretch out a little bit now as they are coming back at the completion of the first 50. Making that turn, it looks like it's Jeremy Fogg from West Catholic in the lead, with closely being challenged by Steve Walma from Christian. And then lane 3, Mark Petroli and Dave Nordelus, both from Christian, in 3rd and 4th places. And lane 1, Todd Valentine from Preston in, what does that leave us? 5th place, I guess, as they're shaping up. But still out in the lead is Jeremy Fogg from West Catholic. Jeremy has an excellent time in the 200-yard freestyle. And still out in the lead by about a length, with lane number 5, Steve Walma from Christian, taking a little bit of an edge perhaps over lane 3, which is Mark Petroli from Christian. And Dave Nordelus in lane number 2 has dropped back a little bit, but here we come for the finish. Clearly it's Jeremy Fogg from West Catholic in 1st place, and Steve Walma in 2nd, Mark Petroli in 3rd, and Dave Nordelus in 4th, It looked like Todd Valentine finished 5th and Brad Koch 6th. But anyway, it's an outstanding finish for. Okay, we're about ready to have the awards for the consolation heat. They will be handled out by John Hamm. And we'll hear the results direct from the PA announcer.
In 11th place, Dan Friedel, Preston. In 10th place, Todd Zagamany, Ottawa Hills. In 9th place, Kyle Wilson, Ottawa Hills. In 8th place, Mike Koistra, Christian. And in 7th place, Jason Martinick, Catholic Central.
Okay, usually the coach of the winning swimmer gets the benefit of making those awards. And of course, Jason Bartnick from Catholic Central definitely finished the lead in that consolation finals. Now we're ready for the championship final awards, presented by Sharon Wagner, the coach from West Catholic.
Finishing in 6th place from Creston, Brad Cook. In 5th place from Creston, Todd Valentine. In 4th place from Christian, Dave Norgelos. In 3rd place from Christian, Mark Petroli. In 2nd place from Christian, Steve Wollman. And in 1st place, winner of the 200-yard freestyle championship from West Catholic, Jeremy Farr.
And there you have the winner in the 200-yard freestyle. After a considerable amount of discussion, they were having some problems with the clock, which they hopefully have straightened around one way or another. It shows the importance for having manual timers on the deck with their own stopwatches ready to go. Okay, we're now ready for the consolation finals in the 200-yard individual medley. And in lane 1, Darren Maston from Ottawa Hills. Lane 2, Derek Wysocki from Preston. Lane 3, Kerry Fletter from Ottawa Hills. Lane 4, Ryan Smith from Ottawa Hills. Lane 5, I want to say Tom Makarowitz from Catholic Central. And in lane 6 from Grand Rapids Christian, that will be Mark Vandevelde. We're ready for the consolation finals as they blow the whistle to start this heat. And you can see here at the end of the first 25, it looks like lane 3 and lane 5 are closely packed with lane 2. That's Kerry Fletter, Tom Makarowitz, and Derek Wysocki, all closely packed in here. And it looks like Wysocki and Makarowitz have turned around into the backstroke with Fletter in 3rd position at this point. And it looks like Wysocki is going to finish in 1st on this turn. And Makarowitz 2nd and Fletter in 3rd. But of course, this is an IM, and all 4 strokes count. And we already know that the breaststroke is an important, strong stroke in this. So we're watching to see the result on that. Clearly, Wysocki in the lead now in lane number 2. With lane number 3, lane number 5, and lane number 4 in that order. So it's a close battle between Wysocki from Preston and Kerry Fletter from Ottawa Hills at this point, with Ryan Smith from Ottawa Hills not far behind in lane number 4. Fletter looks to have pulled out about a yard or 2 lead at this point, battling now his own swimmer, Ryan Smith. Kerry battling it out together as they make the touch and go into the freestyle, the final leg. second to the final one. And it's anyone's meet and call at this point. I'll bet the officials wish they had a mechanical clock on this one, because it's going to be close. It looks like it's going to be fluttered by perhaps half a stroke. And that's the way we're going to see the finish. Lane 3, Kerry Flutter. Lane 4, Ryan Smith. Lane 2, it's Derek Wysocki in third place. And we'll see how they deliver the results in the consolation finals here shortly. I'm looking at the scoreboard to see if they agreed with my call, and they've already shot past the ones that I was looking for. So now we'll call the 200-yard individual medley in the championship finals.
Christian. Lane 2, Kevin Kelly, Christian. Lane 3, Chris Trimble, Preston. Lane 4, Simon Banks, out of France. Lane 5, Keith Bishop, Christian. Lane 6, Andy Mullins, Catholic Central.
Okay, you can hear that crowd again, excited and loud and boisterous and ready for the 200-yard individual medley championship finals. 2 Christian swimmers, 2 Creston swimmers, Ottawa Hills and Catholic Central represented as we're ready to start this meet. As soon as the officials call the event, and they're ready. And the horn barely finished before the crowd fired up. Another close heat. It looks like we're going to have lane 4, Simon Vance from Ottawa Hills in the lead at this point, pulling ahead by perhaps a yard or 2 yards over Chris Trumbull from Creston. And Vance and Trumbull make the turn for the backstroke. With lane number 5, Chris Bishop from Christian in third place. And it's a close battle for fourth place between Kevin Kelly from Creston and Andy Bowens from Catholic Central. Down in lane 6. And lane 1, Matt Hoeksema from Christian in the 6th position at this point. But lanes 3 and 4 are what we're watching. And lane 4 makes the touch going into the breaststroke now. And so we'll hear the chant from the crowd to pace that. And clearly we see Simon Vance out in the lead by about a length now, making that turn. Almost 2 lengths at the turn due to a slow turn on Trumbull's part. At least it looked slow from here. And Simon Vance has paced by about 2 lengths over Chris Trumbull as he makes the turn for the final leg, the freestyle leg. And Trumbull made one of the big mistakes, they say, of swimming, which is to coast into the touch. He did not make that extra stroke he should have made, which would have pushed him a little further ahead instead of pulling him behind. And you can see the big push now with about 3 lengths to go. It's Simon Vance from Ottawa Hills in lane number 4. Chris Trumbull in lane number 3 in second place, closely being challenged now by Chris Bishop from Christian. And it's going to be a close tie for second place between Bishop and Trumbull. And we'll see how that goes. It looks like Trumbull pulled it out, but very closely, with Chris Bishop very close behind. Okay, Coach Gary Williams from Ottawa Hills will hand out the consolation finals winners as you see the swimmers all gathering together in their lanes to cool down a little bit and congratulate one another on an excellent swim. Now in the cancellation finals, Matt Vandervelde in 12th position. 11th place, Tom Makarowitz in 11th place from Catholic Central. 10th place, Ottawa Hills, Darren Maston.
In 9th place, from Creston, Derek Wysocki. In 8th place, from Ottawa Hills, Ryan Smith. And winner of the consolation heat, Carrie Fleeter from Ottawa Hills.
Bruce, that's a mighty big boy to lift up, isn't it?
Yeah, he's pretty big. He's bigger than I am now.
Bruce was up here with his camera getting some shots of Gary, and we'll now have the championship finals also handled.
Collins, Catholic Central. In 5th place, Matt Huxema, Christian. In 4th place, Kevin Kelly, Creston. In 3rd place, Chris Bishop, Christian. In 2nd place, Chris Trumbull, Creston. And with the two Simon Haynes out of the
Coach Gary Williams doing another lift. He's going to end up with a wrenched back before the night's over if he keeps doing that. That's Simon Vance from Ottawa Hills. An excellent finish there. Now in the 50-yard freestyle, the fast one in the consolation finals in lane number 1, Dykema from Union. In lane 2, Chris Brandt from Christian. In lane 3, Rick Heisinger from Ottawa Hills. In lane 4, I believe that's Brad Leonard from Catholic Central, Bob Leonard from Catholic Central. In lane 5 from Catholic Central, Adam Vera, and in lane 6, Todd Kernott from Ottawa Hills. We're ready for the 50-yard freestyle consolation finals. And there's a lot of froth in that water. It's certainly not calm and still anymore. It looks like lane number 3 has got the lead. Pulling ahead is Heisinger from Ottawa Hills. And the rest of the pack is closely in there. I'm not calling any more than lane 3. Heisinger with an excellent 23.3.
Championship front. Lane 1.
And we're ready for the championship finals in Pat Kehoe in lane 1. In lane 2, Rick Cross, Russ Cross. In lane, I think that's going to be Rick Cross. Lane 3, Matt Hollebeek from Christian. Lane 4, Rick Van Sledwright from Central. In lane 5, Richard Joseph from Ottawa Hills, and in lane 6, Derek Vanderhyde from Christian. We're ready for the start. And this is the championship 50-yard freestyle. Lots of splash and lots of fast. This is too close to call, friends. Too close to call. I see lane 3 and lane 4 evenly tied. I wouldn't want to split the times. We'll see how the clock does. It calls lane number 4 with 22 point something or other. No, it called lane number 3 in first place, lane number 4 in second place. And lane number 2 in third. And what a splash that was. There is no doubt about it. It was too close for the human eye to call. And I certainly am glad they have electronic timers for such events.
Ribbons from Ottawa Hills, Gary Williams.
And now the consolation results in the 50-yard freestyle.
In 12th place from Union, Louis Deigerman. In 11th place from Christian, Chris Brandt. In 10th place from Ottawa Hills, Todd Kunak. In 9th place from Catholic Central, Adam Vera. In 8th place from Catholic Central, Bob Leonard. And winning the consolation finals from Ottawa Hills, Rick Heisinger.
Gary Williams showing that he's been doing a little weightlifting these days himself, his team members. And we're ready now for the championship results in the 50-yard freestyle.
Passing out the awards for the championship heat from Christian, Jack Piper. In 6th place, from Christian, Derek Vanderheide. In 5th place, from Ottawa Hills, Richard Joseph. In 4th place, from West Catholic, Pat Kehoe. In 3rd place, from Preston, Rick Cross. In 2nd place, from Central, Rich Van Sledwick. And the 1990 champion of the 50-yard freestyle, Matt Herb Christian with a 22.72.
Okay, he had an excellent time at 22 point something. We didn't quite catch it. The PA system's breaking up from trying to overpower this loud crowd. And that was not Jack Piper handing out the awards, by the way, but Alan Netherveld, the assistant coach for Grand Rapids Christian. And we now move into the diving category. And it'll take a couple minutes to set up for that. And so as we do on a regular basis, let's take a pause for a word from the Michigan High School Athletic Association.
Let's get the tip. Let's go down and score.
Unforgettable experience. High school sports, a good part of education. A message from the MHSAA.
Okay, we're ready for the diving, and we begin. We have how many divers here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 divers. Each doing 3 dives apiece.
Read off the diving order.
Here is the diving order.
As follows. Diving first, Matt Post, Grand Rapids Christian. Diving second, Justin Ward, Ottawa Hills. Diving third, Rick Carroll, Catholic Central. Diving fourth, Gerard Gessner from West Catholic. Diving fifth from Central, Robbie Harris. Diving sixth, Kurt Jaskowitz from Creston. Diving seventh, Judd Menkveld from Christian. Diving 9th, Sean Stretton from Central. Diving 10th, John Helmholt from Union. Diving 11th, Ryan DeCourt from Christian. Diving 12th, Robin Ward, Grand Rapids, Ottawa Hills. Diving 13th, Jason Preston, West Catholic.
Okay, there you have the diving order from each of the schools. We have had one that will not be competing tonight, and scored and placed. I'm just looking to see. He placed in 6th place in the preliminaries last night, but injured himself in the practice warm-ups tonight before the event, and will not be available to compete.
Okay, first dive, Matt Post, Christian High. Forward dive, 1/2 twist, 1.8. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, can we have it silent, please, for these dives?
Forward dive, 1/2 twist, 1.8 degree of difficulty.
The first dive, a forward dive, 1/2 twist, straight, 1.8. I'm sorry. Correction. An inward dive, straight, 1.8.
Okay, changing, reading from the wrong part of the diving program because they've already completed 8 dives. And they were reading the first dive instead of the 9th. And a very nice, graceful dive for Matt Post. Here's the scores.
5, 5 1/2, 6, 6. Justin from Ottawa Hills.
Justin Ward now from Ottawa Hills.
Straight.
He'll do a reverse dive.
1.8.
Straight, a 1.8 degree of difficulty. And we should mention also that in scoring of this nature, the coach of the school for the competitor does not vote. And the lowest score and the highest score are thrown out, the rest averaged in. And Justin Ward, a little over turn on his landing.
1 1/2. 1 1/2. 1 1/2. 3, 3. Rick from Catholic Central.
Okay, now Rick Carroll from Catholic Central has a back dive with a 1.7 degree of difficulty.
The awards. 4 1/2, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2, 5.
Okay, fine
Gerard
set of
from West
awards
Catholic.
for Rick Carroll on
A
his
forward dive,
9th dive.
straight,
Gerard Gessner,
1.4.
forward dive with a 1.4 degree of difficulty. Watch out for this young man on back dives. He scared the daylights out of us yesterday twice. Came very close to the board. Very graceful dive.
4 1/2, 5 1/2, 4 1/2, 4, 6 1/2.
Okay, fine scores there from
Robbie Harris
the
from
judges
Central.
for Gerard
A reverse
Gessner.
dive, straight.
Robbie Harris
1.8.
from Grand Rapids Central now. Reverse dive, 1.8 degree of difficulty. Okay, a little too much arch on the
3
entry.
1/2.
And that will
3 1/2.
count down. And also he was
1
twisted.
1/2.
Not straight entry off the board, but twisted to a quarter turn or an eighth turn.
Kurt from Creston.
Kurt Jaskowitz from Grand Rapids Creston.
A forward dive straight, 1.4.
Kurt is a sophomore.
One, 0, 1, 1/2, 2.
Not well received by the
Judd
judges.
Christian.
This is Judd McVeld. There's a forward dive.
Straight.
Six and a half, 6, 6.
6.
Very nice awards for Ryan DeCourt. Grand Rapids Christian conferring with Heather Dutcher. As Heather's other charge, Robin Ward from Ottawa Hills will do a reverse dive straight, 1.8 degree of difficulty. Robin is seated first at the end of 8 dives. Very nice dive for Robin Ward.
7 1/2. 7.
Excellent scores, including a 9. Got a very nice award. As we mentioned before, we have not seen much beyond a 7 in high school diving, an occasional 8, but a 9, never. I think Robin can be congratulated on that fine score, and Ryan DeCourt giving him a good congratulations for completing that dive nicely. Fine
6 and 1/2.
dive and fine award from the crowd.
6, 6, 7.
Not too bad from the judges either. Justin Ward, Robin's brother, a
Justin
freshman,
from Ottawa Hills. A forward.
fine diver in his own right.
Somersault, tuck.
Had a bit of a problem with his first
1.6.
dive, getting warmed up and psyched up for that. Realizing, of course, that the last they practiced was over an hour ago, and now they suddenly have to turn it on and be ready. Very nicely dived. Nice dive for Dustin. And you see a fine scores for a freshman.
6 and 1/2.
And a big smile from Dustin on that one. He can be pleased with it also. A fine shot there
1/2 somersault pike
from Doug Hansen,
1.7.
who has moved out here, and Mark Rawson is directing. nicely executed dive. Had me worried that he wouldn't pull out of it quite soon enough, but he did.
6 1/2.
And you see some fine scores.
5 1/2. 6 1/2.
And over to my right is the Grand Rapids Christian Gallery. Straight ahead of me is the Ottawa Hills Gallery.
Double somersault.
We'll hear them in a moment with Robin Ward. Forward somersault pike, 2.3 degree of difficulty. A little short on the
4 1/2.
height,
5
I guess,
1/2.
not to come down fast enough.
6.
But still, fine scores for Robin Ward. Should not damage his first
Jason
position to this point in the round.
A back dive.
And Jason
1/2
Preston,
twist.
West
Straight.
Catholic freshman, will do a back dive,
1.6.
1/2 twist, 1 point. And completes that spin nicely for a good award from the
5
judges.
1/2. 4 1/2. 6. 5 1/2. Justin from Ottawa Hills.
Now Justin Ward,
A
freshman
back
from Ottawa
somersault,
Hills.
1/2 twist. Free position 1.7.
Back somersault, 1/2 twist, free position, 1.7 degree of difficulty. Justin, as we have mentioned before, is a freshman this year with Ottawa Hills.
The awards. One and 1/2, 3 and 1/2, 4 and 1/2, 0, 4.
Apparently, one of the judges did not like the dive as it was presented
Rick from Catholic Central.
and scored it down accordingly.
A
Rick
forward somersault,
from
1/2
Catholic
twist.
Central now.
Straight, 1.
For number 2 positioned diver coming into the final 3. His last dive of his high school career within his home city, I should add.
6, 5, 5 and 1/2, 5, 6.
Because we still have the state meet to come. But,
Robin Ward from Grand Rapids, Ottawa Hills.
and the final dive from Robin Ward tonight is a 1.5 somersault forward
Free
with
position,
1 twist.
2.2.
Free position, 2.2 degree of difficulty. Very nicely executed, beautiful dive. And I think you'll see some beautiful scores. Look at them here. 7, 8, 7, 6 and 1/2. No, about 5 and 1/2, not 6 and 1/2. She's calling for that one over. But nonetheless, it was an excellent score.
8, 7, 5 1/2, 7. That was my mistake, folks. I read the number wrong.
Okay, so now the final dive will be from West Catholic's Jason Preston.
Carroll from Catholic Central. In 9th place, Jason Preston from West Catholic. In 8th place, Sean Stratton from Central. In 7th place, Robbie Harris from Central.
Okay, let's focus on the
in 6th place,
diving. Right, straight ahead.
Grand Rapids, Ottawa Hills, Justin Ward with 211.5. In 5th place, from West Catholic with 235.40, Gerard Gessner. In 4th place, with 236.25, John Helmholtz from Union. In 3rd place, with 332.4, Matt Post, Grand Rapids Christian. In 2nd place, with 377.20, Ryan DeCourt, Grand Rapids Christian. And winning this year's diving competition from Grand Rapids, Ottawa Hills, Robin Moore, 22.2.
There you see Robin Ward winning his diving award for first place finish. An excellent finish behind each of the divers tonight. Excellent performances by each of them. And we had the opportunity to watch the preliminaries as well, and they did some exceptionally good dives in that 8-round series on Wednesday night to bring us to this point. So we can
consolation finals. Lane 1, Ted Reed, Ottawa Hills.
Ready to start the consolation
Lane 2,
finals.
Claire DeYoung, Preston. Lane 3, Todd Markowitz, Catholic Central. Lane 4,
Okay, in the consolation finals, in the 100-yard butterfly, I think they're catching a few swimmers off guard here. At least I'm off guard. Ted Reed from Ottawa Hills in lane 1. DeYoung from Preston in lane 2. Tom Makarowitz in lane 3 from Catholic Central. Derek Wysocki in lane 4 from Creston. And Jeff Meekoff from Christian in lane 5. And Brian Fortier from West Catholic in lane number 6. At the halfway point in the butterfly, you can see that lane 3 Slightly out in the lead is Tom Makarowitz from Catholic Central, with lane 4, Derek Wysocki from Creston, and lane 2, Brad DeYoung from Creston. Is that Brad? In any event, it's closed up, and it's going to be a horse race to the finish as Makarowitz drops back, and lanes 2 and 4 touch together, and it's going to be lane 2 in first position. In the consolation finals, that'll be DeYoung, and lane 4 in second. Makarowitz finishes third. And a crowd of joyous noise from the stands.
Championship final.
Well, I don't think they can count those pads as being right, that's for sure. Okay, here we go in the championship finals. Pat Kehoe from West Catholic, Vanderhyde from Christian, Petroli from Christian, Rich Van Sledwright from Central in lane 4, Stu Vanderhyde from lane 5 from Christian, and Bob Leonard from Catholic Central in lane number 6. Ready for the championship finals. And there isn't much to talk about in the first 25 or 50 yards because they're all going to be swimming pretty closely packed together, as you see the turn there from the Polar Bears' point of view. They have lane number 4, Rich Van Sledwright, slightly in the lead at this point at the completion of the 50, making that turn, but closely packed in behind him are lane number 3, Petroli from Christian, and lane number 5, Vanderhyde from Christian. Both Stu Vanderhyde and Derek Vanderhyde. Derek is in lane 2 and Stu in lane 5, swimming together. But lane number 1 is pulling ahead now a little bit too, as well as Chandler Petroli challenging him. Lane number 1 is Pat Kehoe from West Catholic. So it's an even, tight touch at the finish. With lane number 3, Petroli, taking first place according to the touchpads. And second place belonging to Van Sledwright from Christian. Kehoe will, well, they say Vanderhyde took third place. And that's why I'm not believing the keypads. We'll wait and see how they officially score it. Because I don't think their electronic timing system is working too straight today. Now we go into the 100-yard freestyle as soon as we have the results and the awards for the butterfly stroke. And
in 12th place for West Catholic,
here is the consolation finals award.
In 11th place, Tom Markowitz, Catholic Central.
Or Makarowitz, or Makarewicz.